ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय विष्णुपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशितानि जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैतगदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। Very happy to be with all of you in South India, IIYC Southern Wing. All of you preachers, you are reaching out to the schools, colleges, companies, reaching out to especially the youngsters. So what do we want to offer them? What do we want to preach to them? I can put it in 4 short terms: acceptance of God, alignment with God, acting for the pleasure of God, acting on behalf of God. I'll say about each of them very briefly. The very first thing that we have to teach to the students of the college is 2 things Prabhupada preached in the book Life Comes from Life. We read his conversations. You'll see modern man's false notion that everything comes from nothing and life has arisen from matter. So these 2 things should be solidly destroyed. This is the atheistic foundation that modern day education offers. So one is the Big Bang theory, another one is Darwin's theory or Dawkins theory. Of course, Darwin's theory is not totally atheistic. Darwin said that there was absolute creator who created 1 or 2 living forms, and then he talked about evolution. But Dawkins talked about the atheistic theory of life arising from matter, which is a total impossibility. So, Srila Prabhupada very vehemently preached against these 2 atheistic philosophies when he went to the West. To Dr. T.D. Singh and many other scientists. And he gave conversations like the life comes from life. So, acceptance of God should be very solidly established. Without this, students are not going to listen to further philosophy. So, you can show God's greatness simply by making the youth turn to this world and looking around. How the sun shines, the clouds shower, the flowers blossom, and the fruits ripen, the grains grow, the crops grow, seasons change. All these things are happening, wonderful things around us. So, how such wonderful things are happening without anybody's creation, anybody's maintenance, anybody's supervision? So, this is the very first thing we should challenge. Prithu Maharaj destroyed the atheistic teachings of his father Vena by preaching to his praja. He told them, look at all the people, there is rich, there is poor, and there is educated, there is uneducated, there is intelligent, there is foolish. You find all kinds of disparity in this world. He asked why there exists, why one is devata, one is animal. So he said this disparity is there due to good and bad, and there is an awarder of the results for good and bad. So very powerfully preached. So nothing happens by chance. You can ask them, does your Ashok Leyland lorry come by chance? Does your Red House come by chance? So this is the very first thing, acceptance of God. So there is a Purushottama, God beyond His creation, who is activating everything. That's like if you have iron filings in a paper, you take a magnet below and you move it like this, and all the iron filings will move. Similarly, I am saying the sun is moving, the moon is moving, the winds are blowing, the tree branches are moving, the seasons are changing. All these changes are happening because Lord is a magnet beyond this universe, who is making things happen very wonderfully. So that is acceptance of God. Second thing is alignment with God, means scriptures. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam na vai vidurshayo na pideva na siddha mukhya asura manushya kuto vidya dharacharanadeya. This verse in the Bhagavatam, it is said Lord is the person who gives the truth. God only can give the truth. Even a Manushya cannot give, Devata cannot give, Rishis cannot give, and even Asuras cannot give, Indaras, Vidyadharas, nobody can give the truth. Why God can give? Because He is free from 4 defects. What are the 4 defects? Prabhupada says inability, insanity, errors, cheating. God is free from any inability. Our body becomes less able as we get older. And also our senses are weak. We commit mistakes by seeing through senses. But God doesn't have inability. Insanity means illusion. We may see a rope and think it to be a snake. But God's senses are never put to illusion. His eyes are so sharp. Even on a Amavasya dark night, you can see a black ant on a black stone. That is the clarity of his eyes. He can stay in spiritual world. And when I'm whispering something to somebody here, he can hear it. That is the power of his ears. So therefore, inability, insanity, and errors, God never commits errors. We say to err is human, and to forgive is divine, they say. So Krishna says he forgives his devotees who may sometimes commit mistakes, but actually the Lord never commits errors. He is free from errors. You tell me the sun is rising in the morning. Have you ever seen any day the sun got up at 10 o'clock rubbing his eyes saying, I'm a little late today, I'm sorry. You'll never find it. Even the servants of God are so perfect. How more perfect he must be, I think. And inability, insanity, errors and cheating. God never cheats. Only the conditioned soul cheats. So anyone who becomes a faithful follower of God and his wisdom also becomes free from these 4 defects. So therefore, alignment with God. His laws are so perfect. They are impeccable. Man went far away from God's laws, like man went from organic food to chemical fertilizer food, and then now he's coming back to organic food. Man went from vegetarianism to non-vegetarianism. He's coming back to vegetarianism. Again, you find, man slit the throat of the cow, and he wanted to eat the flesh, but now he is gradually understanding the value of milk. He's coming back. A man was thinking going to gym is better because we can show the biceps. But man is realizing going to gym is not as beneficial as going to a yoga center and doing the yoga, asana and pranayama, which is actually Vedic. And also man is realizing the value of meditation and chanting of the holy name. So you will find that whatever is God given is like the mother's gift. Whatever is man-made is like Putana gift. The Putana is only coming to poison you and kill you. Because the man-made things are all like that. Whereas God-made things are like a mother nourishing the child with breast milk. Therefore, alignment with God. Second thing, acceptance of God, alignment with God. And thirdly, acting for the pleasure of God. You will see in this entire creation, plural subordinates, they all go to serve singular supreme. You take a classroom, there is a teacher. You take a school, there is a headmaster. You take a college, there is a principal. You take a company, there is a CEO. You take a state, there is a chief minister. You take the country, there is the prime minister. Tell me a place where there are plural subordinates and there is no singular supreme. Tell me one place. If there are millions of jivas in this world, there must be a supreme who should be served by all of them. And also you will see, we all are citizens of India are serving the laws of the country by serving the Prime Minister of India. But he nourishes all the living beings by giving whatever tax we pay, tax is returned back to us in the form of welfare. Like the sun doesn't take the water of the ocean and keep it with itself. The sun draws the water of the ocean and gives back as rains. Similarly, God also, when we please Him for Him, you don't benefit Him. By giving Him, you only stand to benefit because He gives it all back. Just like look at my body, my hands are taking the laddu, eyes are seeing the laddu, nose is smelling it, teeth are crushing, tongue is tasting and putting it all in the belly. But when all the senses serve the body, the belly actually in turn gives back blood to all parts of the body and nourishes the body. Similarly, when we serve the Lord, ultimately we stand to benefit. So try to picture it in your mind that plural subordinates are all coming towards the center to serve the Supreme Lord, and He in turn nourishes plural subordinates. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam eko bahunam yo vidadati kama. Lord is eko and we are bahunam, we are many. So the plural subordinates will serve the singular supreme will nourish the plural subordinates, and this loving relationship between the two is the eternal reality, undeniable reality. You will see that. So in this way, this is actually acting for the pleasure of God. It's called Yajna by Vishnu. And everything in this world is made for pleasing Him. The cuckoos are cooing to sing His glories. Peacocks are dancing to welcome Him. And you will see in the same manner, the fruit tree bearing trees are producing fruits for His pleasure. The nature is producing gold, silver, diamonds so that He can make ornaments and put it on Krishna's neck. It's for the Lord's pleasure. Everybody is offering. Even all human beings should offer the talents to His service. When we do that, the whole world will become Vaikuntha. That is the most one foundation teaching of the Shastra. Everyone should act for the pleasure of the Lord and ultimately become happy by that. Whole world can become a happy place. Jayatma Suprasidati. And the fourth thing I told you is acting on behalf of God. You become mother or father or teacher or demigod or any type of leader. You should carry the love of God and distribute that love of God to your dependents. That's the duty of every leader actually. If a leader does not carry love of God and he does not distribute love of God, he is not a leader, he is a misleader. So one has to be a true leader. Take for example Yudhishthira Maharaj, Parishit Maharaj, Ambarish Maharaj, King Arjuna, Gaya Maharaj, Rantudeva, and Prithu Maharaj, and so many kings we can say who were righteous kings. They were true leaders in the true sense because they carried Lord in their heart. They loved Lord dearly. They worshipped the Lord daily. And they all distributed the message. On the other hand, there are ruthless kings, atrocious kings, sinful kings like Vena, Hiranyakashipu, or like Ravana, and these kind of people who accepted the order of king, but they created havoc in the world. Not only in those times, even later on, Hitler or Alexander, if you see. Many of these people killed millions of people, if you see, ruthlessly. They are violent fellows. They are not well-wishers to the living beings. They are actually enemies to the living beings. And in modern times, we find atheistic scientists. They have become enemies to living beings. They are creating bombs and killing the innocent creatures. And also you can see the city is full of air pollution and water pollution and noise pollution, mind pollution, all types of pollution. God made the countryside, man made the city. See the difference between the two. Countryside, right now I am here in eco-friendly farm here in Govardhan Eco Village, breathing the fresh air, drinking the pure water. You go to the city, cities are all filled with, the gases of chemicals, which is actually killing the human being. So modern man, as soon as he touches the nature with exploitative mentality, he really pollutes the nature in terms of the air and the water and living conditions, everything. And man is living in a congested city, which is infested with varieties of chemicals and diseases and no fresh air to breathe. So this is the way modern man has ruined this world, because he didn't become a representative of God. Srila Prabhupada, the best representative of God from India, as ambassador of the message of the Vedas, he went to the West and he taught the world, look at the nature as Krishna's property, because Krishna says 9.10, Maya Adhyakshena Prakriti. The nature is, running under my supervision, Krishna says. So nature is mother, Krishna is father, and we all are children. The Prabhupada said, nature is mother, you are father, you are children. So mother and children are sitting, where is the father? Father is Krishna. Aham bija pradha pita. As simple as that. So the moment I know that the father is supreme and I am his child, then we become his representative. We don't exploit nature, we don't exploit the living beings. We see living beings reverentially, we see nature reverentially, and all of them in connection to Krishna. And that is the way we can actually become true mothers, fathers, true teachers. So 4 things I told you, in essence: acceptance of God, alignment with God, acting for the pleasure of God, acting on behalf of God. If you can teach these 4 things in schools, colleges, and corporate circles, and bring people to sanity. And what is the sanity? We all are eternal part and parcels of God, tiny jivas. God is our Father. The loving relationship between the two is eternal love, which is everlasting love, imperishable love. It is really a satisfying love. So that love has to be awakened. And how do you awaken that love? By chanting of the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Chant the holy name. Hear the holy fame and lead a life in accordance to the scriptures. And that's a very simple teaching Srila Prabhupada taught. So all of you, dear youth preachers, you all are already preaching in the schools, colleges, and everywhere. And this forum has been made where you all are coming together in South India now, gathering together so that you can mutually inspire each other, to reinforce your determination and the inclination to preach, and also you can share your ideas with one another and be with one another, develop Preeti Lakshana. And I also thank all the leaders of the core committee in South India. They have allotted 2 for each side. I had Hare Krishna Prabhu is there, Ravindra Prabhu, and there is also there are other devotees also. And all over the country. The core group of some 10 leaders have come together, and they are actually, earlier they were doing only for all over India national program. Now they are doing north, east, west, south. So in this way, your group may be currently a blossoming group now. But I can assure you, if you continue this regularly, year after year, it's only a matter of time. The group will double, triple, and multiple, become multiple over a period of time. And if it is going to be held on different dates, Western program and Southern program, every year I would like to join, surely. Wherever there are youth preachers, I would like to post myself as a servant and be with them and assist them and serve them. And that is my life and soul instruction given to me by my spiritual master. So, although this time the dates were exactly clashing, I couldn't come. I look forward to being with all of you and spending some time with you and in your company and taking some inspiration from you. Thank you.